What's happening? Welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. Dustin, Nameco. This is tiers 1 through 5 for your outfielder tiers. You know, outfield position offers a great source of power and speed, and that's evident in tier 1. We start with Braun, by far the best year out of all outfielders. We expect him to have another great year. Number 2, Matt Kemp. He's really coming into his own. Great potential of being a 30-30 guy this year. Moving down, we got Crawford. You know, we're a little afraid of Crawford maybe going back to his 08 numbers, but you got to respect what he did last year, and if he can stay healthy, expect more of the same out of him. And the last guy in this tier is Ellsbury. You know, his power numbers aren't quite there yet. We do expect him to go up this year, but 70 stolen bases last year. That's why he's in tier 1.
Tier 2 starts with number 5, Justin Upton, a young player that has all the upside in the world, and if he puts it together, he could have a huge season this year. At number 6, we have Matt Holliday. After he was traded to the Cardinals, he batted .353, 13 home runs and 55 RBIs, and only 232 at-bats. Now, we don't think he's going to keep it up for a whole year, but obviously, he's got great value. At number 7, we have Grady Sizemore. You know, huge bust last year, but he does have that potential to be a 30-30 guy and bounce back. Next on our list is Ichiro. You know, the old man, all he does is bat over 300 for his entire career. Last year it was 352, and he got you 26 bags as well. At number 9, we have Jason Bay. He's now with the Mets, and the average might not be there. He only batted about 270 last year, but he's definitely going to get you those power numbers.
All right, let's head down into tier 3, and we start with Nick Markakis. We expect the Orioles to be a little bit better this year. They got a lot of young talent, and we wouldn't be surprised at all if Markakis is well over 20 home runs and 100 RBIs. He has a great upside. Number 11, we got BJ Upton. 42 stolen bases last year. His power numbers have been down over the last couple years, but he has hit for power in the past. Hopefully he can get that power stroke going again. Number 12, we got Curtis Granderson. Not an amazing year last year, but he's with the Yankees now, so you got to give him that little Yankee bump. A lot more scoring opportunities for him this year. Number 13, we got Adam Lynn, one of the biggest surprises last year. 35 home runs, 114 RBIs. We would be surprised if he repeats this performance, but you got to respect those numbers. Heading down, we got Jason Worth. Really came into his own last year. Great source of power and speed. 20 stolen bases last year. Expect him to pick up right where he left off. And number 15, Senso Chu, one of our favorites coming into last year. Batted 300, decent source of power, and 21 stolen bases.
Tier 4 starts with number 16, Bobby Abreu. He had a great season last year, but he's 36 years old, and we don't know if he's really going to keep it going into your 2010 season. But if he's even close to those numbers, he's going to be a great value. At number 17, we have good old Manny Ramirez. He's in a contract year, so that's a plus, but if you do draft him, you have to deal with the old Manny being Manny, which basically means he's not playing. At number 18, we have Carlos Lee. Great player, 300 average, 26 home runs, and over 100 RBIs. Solid for where you can get him in your draft. At number 19, we have Andre Ethier. You know, last year he had a pretty good season. We think he's really going to build on that in his 2010 campaign. And at number 20, we have Andrew McCutchen for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now this guy in 433 at-bats had, showed overall value pretty much across the board, but the real thing is his speed. It seems like this guy can get to third base faster than most guys can get to second. We're talking Deion Sanders type speed, so keep an eye on him. He's a really fun player to watch as well.
We start out tier 5 with a couple of Astros, and first is Hunter Pence. You know, he's going to give you decent numbers across the board, and he still has upside. He's a young player. 22, we got Michael Bourne. Only one stat that matters here, 61 stolen bases last year. He's not going to do much more than that, but he's a great speed specialist for your team late in the draft. Number 23, one of the biggest sleepers this year. Everyone's going to be talking about him, Carlos Gonzalez. He truly does have the potential of being a 30-30 guy. Next, we got Nelson Cruz, one of the biggest sleepers coming into last year, and he really did come out of the gate playing really well. Now, he kind of came crashing back down to earth toward the end of the season, but we do still like him as a decent outfielder late in the draft. And 25, we got Alex Rios. He's going to give you decent power, decent numbers across the board, and a nice boost at steals. He had 24 last year. So that wraps up tiers 1 through 5 for outfield. Definitely check out tiers 6 through 10. A lot of sleepers in that video. Also, all of our other tiers and rankings videos. And we do have a top 150 cheat sheet on our website, fantasysmacktalk.com. Great for printing off and having during your draft. I'm Dustin, this is Brent. We'll see you next time.